Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Today I've got an exciting video for you, as I will always bring the new content and information that I discover if I believe it's going to make life better and easier for us as investors, and to help promote the adoption of the new digital asset class. One I've stumbled upon and I've been very impressed with, and the more I learn and research, I continue to get more and more excited. It's called Tangem. Tangem transformed trust with the power of blockchain. And Tangent is amazing with its security, has a private key generated and stored within the chip, and the ease of use and the user experience, like PayID, is unbelievable. The accessibility and the portability, amazing, and we're going to get into that discussion right now. The key to rock-solid trust: businesses and organizations are built on trust. Trust that your trades are legitimate, that your products aren't counterfeit, and that you are exactly who you say you are. Tangem elevates that trust to an entirely new level. Our chip-to-chain technology creates a form of digital trust unlike anything the world has ever seen. There's no need for intermediary validation, no more concerns about authenticity or fear or fraud. It's rock-solid trust delivered in the convenience of a chip and controlled with any mobile device. And to me, that is very impressive. We're going to get into that as well. It has its own app, which will connect directly to the card. And what's going to be adoption? Ease of use and convenience and familiarity. What is everyone already familiar with when they think of digital, or not necessarily even think about it, is their credit card or their debit card, such as Visa, MasterCard, etc. Now, what do you have with the Tangem is the similar comfort zone that many people, mass adoption, would be comfortable with and familiar with as well. Now let's get back into it. The one revolutionary chip. Our global team of leading blockchain experts have spent over 10 years developing Tangem's revolutionary chip-to-chain technology. We've succeeded to bring the power of blockchain to the physical world in a chip that transforms trust for businesses and organizations of all kinds. And the key features is blockchain-compatible cryptography, the proprietary firmware audited by Kudelski Security, and that connects to smart devices with near-field communication. It's 50% leaner than conventional chips for affordability. And Tangem, now here's where, to me, I think if you follow this channel, you can see where I'm going with this and how exciting this gets to me. Tangem springboards the CBDC, which is the central bank digital currencies, into reality. The CBDC is an imminent reality, and it should be our collective priority. It will be the most important trend for the future of money and payments over the next decade. The path we will take has a major implication for privacy, monetary sovereignty, geopolitics, and financial inclusion. It is essential, therefore, that there is no trade-off between privacy, security, speed, and accessibility. And another thing I like is called the Tangem's Swiss Army knife. At Tangem, we have created the Swiss Army knife that addresses all these critical features, with the aim to be the toolkit to catapult CBDC into a reality for all. We are simultaneously a programmable privacy platform as well as a secure hardware tool in the form of an NFC card, which acts as a distribution option for CBDC, creating an important on-ramp for the financially excluded whilst enabling responsible innovation. Reimagine trust with Tangem. We have stock and commodities exchange, retail and consumer goods, gaming, collectibles, fintech, and government. And then if you go past into how Tangem works, and as always, these links will be available in the description below with our affiliate links if you're interested, and if you find that any of them help you and make your life easier and much better. Now, how the Tangem works is the blockchain. Tangem's hardware connects directly to private and public blockchains for flawless validation by a decentralized database of truth. The application used Tangem software kit and tools to build a custom application for mobile devices or other touch points. The connection is near-field communication NFC technology, and it enables the Tangem chip to interact with any smartphone or tap-and-go interface. Now, the chip's firmware creates cryptographic keys that interact with the blockchain for end-to-end verifiability. It operates with proprietary code audited by Kudelski Security. Now, the microchip is a custom chip that is 50% leaner than conventional chips, and the chips can be embedded in physical objects of all kinds. Now, you can tap into the unimaginable advantages, and Tangem's benefits extend far beyond rock-solid security. Realize unimaginable business advantages with the power of Tangem, all with the tap of a key, unlike any the world has seen. There you have a little section on unthinkable savings, rock-solid accuracy, and never-stop operations. The power of the blockchain explained. Now, Tangem's benefits extend far beyond rock-solid security. Realize unimaginable business advantages with the power of Tangem, all with the tap of a key, unlike anything the world has ever seen. And this, basically, we're going into like the press and media section. Feel free to click on that as well if you're interested. I'm going to move on to the next article, or section of content, I should say, is Tangem directly on Twitter. The hardware wallet, highly secure chip technology, enabling physical representation of blockchain assets. On the next article, I think you'll be very excited if you are an XRP investor and you follow the news very closely. The reason why? Japan's SBI invests 15 million USD in crypto card wallet maker Tangem. We're going to go into this article just a little bit because I am very bullish, obviously, and of course on XRP, which connects right to the SBI group. Now, the Japanese financial services giant SBI Group has invested $15 million in Swiss startup Tangem, the maker of a slimline hardware wallet for cryptocurrencies. Tangem describes its crypto storage product as a smart banknote for digital assets. It's designed to be used like a bank card. The product allows off-chain physical transactions to be used, for example, for in-store payments. Once cryptos have been loaded onto the device via an NFC-enabled smartphone, the startup announced the SBI investment Monday, saying it would help it expand its technology to other areas such as stablecoins, initial coin offerings, the ICOs, and the tokenized asset offerings, the digital identity, and more. The news was confirmed by SBI in a separate statement. While it did not disclose an amount, the firm said the funding was made available through its wholly owned subsidiary, SBI Crypto Investment, which invests in digital asset adventures. And this will continue to get exciting as we continue to cross through all of the content here, especially if you are invested once again in the assets. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, ADA, or BCH. There will be more to come, but those are definitely the immediate, readily available Tangem cards. Now back into the article, the SBI said it had invested in Tangem because its inexpensive and robust wallet product could help boost demand for crypto assets as well as its own products. The Tangem hardware wallet, which is highly secure and affordable, is an important tool to promote mass adoption of digital assets and blockchain, said Yoshitaka Katao, the representative director, president, and CEO of SBI Holdings. And we believe utilizing Tangem will help stimulate the demand for other blockchain services provided by SBI. And I agree absolute 100% with Yoshitaka Katao, because I believe that this card is amazing, and it has the technology that people are comfortable with and they are familiar with. So this is going to be something that will launch the new digital asset class into major adoption. Back into the article, in October 2018, SBI Group also partnered with Denmark-based blockchain security startup Secure to develop a digital wallet for its cryptocurrency exchange VC Trade. And last March, the group bought a 40% stake in Taiwanese cold wallet maker CoolBitX. Hardware wallets are an increasingly popular solution for storage of cryptocurrencies, as numerous online exchanges have experienced notable hacks. Japan alone lost a massive 60.503 billion yen, which is equivalent to about 540 million USD, and that amount worth of cryptocurrency in the first 6 months of 2018, according to a report from the country's National Policy Agency, the NPA. Another report indicates that worldwide over 880 million USD have been lost to cyber attacks in the last 18 months. On the next article, stolen credentials plus a 23 million USD lawsuit, 2FA needs an upgrade, and this is what it looks like. Two-factor authentication has been vital advice for personal cybersecurity for years, but it's starting to wear thin. Hackers have little problem bypassing weak implementations by intercepting codes or exploiting account recovery systems. It was even a tough start of the year for online payments giant PayPal, where at one point anyone could bypass a two-factor authentication. But it's not just PayPal suffering, it's a cold climate everywhere. The stories of the demise of 2FA are abundant, from SIM swapping, the SIM swap, to high-profile hacks of celebrity Twitter and YouTube accounts. The issue in reality is much more complex. It's security dystopia, and whilst we have a general framework for protection, it's not enough and it needs an upgrade. We need a solution for this new Orwellian environment. Firstly, what is 2FA and why is it important? 2FA is a second check at the point of authentication, and this can be an SMS one-time code, a PIN number, a voice ID, biometric data, an authenticator app, or an external security key. In short, they usually fall onto three categories. 1. Something you know, like a password, PIN, answers to specific security questions. 2. Something you have, including time-based codes generated by hardware tokens or one-time activation codes sent via a text message to a device you hold. And the third is typically something you are, meaning a fingerprint, a facial profile, a voice ID, and other forms of biometric data. Now, a good example of 2FA in action is when you're withdrawing money from an ATM. It requires you to present a bank card, something you have, enter a PIN, something you know, to access your account. The point is, 2FA is meant to add an extra layer of security, but many of the above particles or practices are falling short of the mark. A sobering statistic is brought to us from Verizon's Data Breach Investigation Report. That's the DBIR, and it's showing that 81% of hacking-related breaches and its data set leveraged either stolen or weak passwords. There are simply too many issues that plague certain 2FA methods. Now take a look at SMS as a 2FA method. It could be costing AT&T 23 million USD due to a possible SIM swap scam that saw investor Michael Turpin lose approximately $24 million in cryptocurrency. Now Turpin, he claims that hackers managed to transfer his number to a smartphone they controlled to request a password change and 2FA token to a particular online account, which the thieves then entered and discovered a file that contained login details for his cryptocurrency wallets. In short, security is only as strong as the weakest link. And in Turpin's case, that weakest link could have been a centralized information gateway, a telco. In such case, stolen assets could have been protected by an additional security layer with multi-signature wallets, the multi-sig wallet, and proper key management. There are other high-stakes security threats we need to be fearful of and solve, such as the mercenary Social Security scam, which is an identity theft caller scam that caused losses to seniors that amounted to $38 million. And according to the Senate report citing the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, it's seemingly medieval that such scams exist in our technologically advanced world. Why do we still have paper SSA cards in the era of asystematic cryptography on a microchip? The reason why this scam is possible is because Social Security numbers are written in plain text, ready for any holder to read, memorize, and tell. The only safety friction between a holder and a fraud is the holder's full understanding of the security implications of their action. The SSA is unfairly expecting hundreds of millions of citizens to be well versed in information security practices. Now let us elaborate. Social security numbers have been used and abused. They are now far from secret. They're widely shared with employees, doctors, offices, schools and banks, etc. They're routinely used to help verify consumer identities at all sorts of institutions. People are therefore used to surrendering social security numbers without challenging the authority of any requesting party, which is a really bad habit, and it's almost impossible to eradicate. Current advice is along the lines of think twice before revealing information such as your social security number on a medical form. This just isn't good enough and also shifts the security onus onto the citizen. Now, technology has changed and connectivity has dramatically improved, and our expectations need to as well. Out with the clunky, inappropriate methods and in with the easy to use that are more secure and that fit multiple authentication workflows. Now, Tangem provides a fortified solution with application diversity and broad coverage that allows users to take back control of their identities and their assets. All the secret access codes are stored inside a personal, super secure card where it is not possible to remove them, write them down, or make a copy. Our cards enable passwordless authentication. They are simultaneously identifiers and authentication factors, all wrapped up in one, similar to having the convenience of an ID card and the power of YubiKey at the same time. A one-size-fits-all solution, and it looks a bit like this. And typically there is a picture of actually a Tangem card there. It's designed for everyone, no physical onboarding, and zero learning curve. It's portable and forgery-proof. Just tap the card on any NFC-enabled device to verify important actions. The significant concept to reiterate here is that the keys are generated inside the chip, which signs transactions and prove ownership. They are impossible to clone, even for the card manufacturer. Now tell me that doesn't sound exciting. Let me think. If you've been here, probably this year, it's probably still exciting, but it's you're right in the transition of everything that's happening. Someone who's been back is, say go back to 2017, just back about, 3 years ago. I think you find this very exciting because you're still part of the crowd who is still really pioneering and had to transfer from exchange to exchange, or maybe you didn't even have a wallet back then to switch it to, or you weren't comfortable because there were so many processes and so many steps to do it that you were afraid you're going to lose your currency, or you didn't want to lose your passphrase to even send it somewhere outside of the exchange because, again, you would lose your currency. But for people who have been here 5 years or longer, I think this is amazing because you can think back to then, wow, this is a lot of steps to take. And what is my, protection here if I have an error? Now, this card is doing everything all in one. To me, that's pretty mind-blowing because that's the part that we've been waiting for. Those of us who have been here for years, for the excitement of the technology to come that would actually be tempting for the global adoption. Now that is what you call familiarity and a comfort zone. You connect it to the app on your phone, tap it on your card, boom. Now it's basically loaded, almost like a preloaded debit card, so to speak, as a mental equivalent, I would say, from my perspective. It goes on and on, credit card, etc. But the capability of this and the possibilities now are becoming endless. So that's why I'm very excited on this, and I could not wait to do this video to share this information with you. Now let's go right into the next article, 5 cards to rule them all. The gateways to financial freedom, security, transparency, and a brighter, more independent future. And the headline is why you need to get your hands on Tangem's Bird series. Because what's going on, you have their Bird series for each independent crypto or digital asset. You're going to see it for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, ADA, and BCH. And they're going to be connected to a background of something else, like for example your bamboo or the helichrysum or something like the crassula. Now let's get into the article just a little bit. At Tangem, we want to make it easy for everyone to transact on a digital ledger. We want to make crypto more human. We want to make digital transactions more human. We want to make sure you can safely and easily transact and store your digital currency securely wherever you are in a way that's so easy that there's zero learning curve. So even your babushka can do it. It's the perfect gift to initiate someone into crypto while being as capable as an HSM, which is a hardware security module. Our cards are physical manifestations of digital assets. So by holding one of our cards, you are holding, say, Bitcoin. Think of it like a very, very secure wallet. The Tangem card harnesses the power of blockchain by computing sophisticated cryptography on a tiny chip. Long story short, there are no pesky passkey to remember because the key is generated within the chip, which absolutely no one can access. All you need to do is tap to transact, much like you do in any other areas of your life. Be that getting on the tube, buying something at a 7-Eleven, or buying coffee in a coffee store. In short, you don't need to be blockchain literate. We see ourselves as a gateway to financial inclusion, to the ecosystem that gives you all the benefits listed above. We also wanted to make the process fun and beautiful, so without further ado, meet our bird collection cards, a motive for freedom, because that's exactly what these cards give you access to. Number one, you have the Bitcoin BTC Snowy Owl Tangem card. And then number two, you have the Ethereum ETH Dove Tangem card. Number three, you have Stellar Lumens XLM Peasant Tangem card. Number four, you have Ripple XRP Sparrow Tangem card. And number five, you have Bitcoin Cash BCH Cardinal Tangem card. And there you have it. Let's go into the next article. Trust is the most important currency today, but it has a new face. What has happened to trust in the wake of stolen identities, fake news, and algorithmic manipulation? It's mutated like some incongruous beast into something ephemeral, like a glitch awaiting repair. Trust, in short, is broken, and governments and banks need to earn it back. Poor trust. However, it's just consequence of our times. Online information isn't even reliable, and with the advent of GANs, or generative adversarial networks, it's hard to tell apart a real photo from a fake, real audio from fake, and real text, and so on and so forth. We've lived and we are living through a wave of misinformation. Warfare facing myriad truths and myriad platforms to express and promote them. It's apocalyptic. Now, trust, thanks to the ephemeral status, has become something of a much sought after and necessary commodity. Commodity also because we want to introduce this idea of trust being tangible. Is it possible to replace the moral notion with a concrete physical proof of trust, i.e., can tech make trust physical? We believe so, and at Tangem we make it our mission to set the right technical conditions to bring about a new era of trust, a socio-technological solution that aims to impact both society and business. First, let's have a look at the trust shift in society through history to get a better idea of our solution in context and why we're passionate about it. Trust has evolved arguably in four significant phases: local, institutional, platform, and distributed. And if you're able to look at your screen, you will be able to see that. And as I speak, in case you are, let's just zoom in a bit on that so you can read it right there on your mobile phone. The local community is family, place of residence, clubs, peer groups, familiar faces, informal, implicit, personal responsibility. Now, the institutions is like your bank, your church, companies, state, public authorities, contracts, regulations, controlling authorities, institutional, and formal. Now, the platform economy is peer-to-peer, assessment the valuation through a third party plus trust in the platform. And the distributed ledger technology, in this example Tangem, is trust aided by technology, network control, and transparency. Now, as we get into the next article, let me shrink this down just a tad because that was huge. Lowering entry barriers to digital payments, why we joined the Open Payments Coalition. And we joined the Open Payments Coalition to implement PayID. And I think you're very familiar again. If you are an XRP investor and are aware of Ripple, you knew SBI and XRP. I believe you probably know PayID. So we joined the Open Payments Coalition to implement PayID, an easy-to-read ID to send and receive payments, connecting 100 million users worldwide and cross-platform. We joined forces with BitPay, Brave, BRD, Flutterwave, Global ID, Uphold, and other cutting-edge fintech companies. Now imagine seamless money transfer without the need for a banking account, routing, SWIFT, or IBAN number. Say goodbye to pesky wallet addresses and insecure QR codes. It's simply sending and receiving money across payment networks in multiple currencies by using a single ID. Today it supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And together with the PayID Coalition, we are lowering entry barriers to digital currency payments by recalling the successful format of email addresses, which are easy to remember, convenient to dictate on the phone, and hard to misspell. So I find that pretty amazing. Now another article with Tangem. It's made for blockchain NFC microchips. The Tangem made for blockchain NFC chips do not only allow for cryptographic authentication through challenge response schemes, but they can sign multiple types of blockchain transactions directly from the chip. And with Tangem made for blockchain NFC chips, physical objects can interact securely and directly with digital blockchains. No third layer cloud service or backend needed for key management and signature generation. The private key is securely generated within the chip. It cannot be extracted and is used to sign blockchain transactions directly from the chip. Contrary to other crypto tags, Tangem made for blockchain NFC chips do not allow for authentication through challenge response schemes, but they can sign multiple types of transactions directly from the chip. They offer a wide range of additional functions and are available as physical cards, tags, or stickers. Now, with their different form factors and broad functionality, they open up a wide range of use cases, including anti-counterfeiting, supply chain and logistics, and identity solutions. Now, as we get into the next article of discussion, obviously they're extremely convenient, as you are familiar with, like your credit card. They're agile and extremely secure with their simple key management and cryptography built right into the microchip. Now, here you have like their Tangem birds. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, ADA, and BCH. Another thing, too, for those of you who are a little bit more tech savvy, they have the original BCH, the original Ethereum, and the original XRP. Okay, and here they have a video actually how the process works, how to send Bitcoin from one Tangem card to another. And in the video, they'll show you how easy it is to send and receive Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies with the secure NFC-powered Tangem card wallet. Feel free, again, to click on the description below. You will find every article, as we do provide it for every single video. And again, below you will also find the affiliate links. And this is what happens when you freeze a crypto wallet in a block of ice. We froze the Tangem card in a block of ice. You might ask why? Well, we just received our IP68 rating, meaning all our wallets are waterproof and dustproof. Tangem cards were already impenetrable security forts for crypto with their unprecedented microchip technology, all packed up in the convenience of a 0.55 millimeter thick card with an NFC interface, but now they are officially impenetrable from the elements as well, and we wanted to put that to the test to truly verify its integrity. Walk the walk and not just talk the talk. And at the bottom of this article, it actually, truly, and literally has the Tangem cards frozen in blocks of ice, and he scans and shows you in a video that they are still functional and working quite well. Now here I wanted to add and include, because it'll save you time if you're interested in this product, because here's the link already for the Tangem app in the Google Play section. But again, here is a great explanation of what is all going on with the Tangem card, as you have your card and you have the app and you can load your cryptocurrency directly onto it, and you have the safety and security of the NFC chip. I'm personally excited as imaginable and unbelievably anxious, because what I see with this card is adoption. Not so much the immediate thought of what's happening, but where this is going to take us, because this card is perfectly designed for CBDCs. And how else have we heard the past year with the president and, for example, Steven Mnuchin, how they would love to basically have like these accounts set up where they could send you your money directly, instantaneously, and immediately for all of these stimulus plans. What better way than something like this technology that I haven't seen in any other place than with the Tangem card? And who does it connect to? None other than SBI Yoshitaka Katao, who directly connects back to Ripple and XRP. And then as well, PayID. So there you have it, guys. I hope this was a very interesting and informative video for you, because for me, I couldn't get enough and I was very excited to share this content. And again, as we find more information that we believe will put a dent in the universe of the new financial system and that will be very extremely beneficial for us as investors, we will continue to share them on this channel. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with a final thought. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It's about what you inspire others to do. And again, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Much love to each and every one of you, and we will catch you in the next one.